Okay, so trigonometry question here, right, which is a numeracy question, because this sort of thing does come up in everyday life, right? You could have a question like this where there are two sides that are slanted, and they ask you to work out certain information. In this case, they say determine the value of x and the angle y. Okay, so we need to work things out on this triangle, don't we? This side x here, okay, right? This side here we want angle y. Now, they put another triangle by the side here, and when they do that, right, what that often means is we need to work out something about this triangle, okay, to help us with that triangle. That's what usually is what happens with these type of questions, right? They both depend on each other, okay? And in terms of how these triangles link, well, this side here is important, isn't it? This side, okay? This side's really important where they link. So I'm going to try and work out that side, and we're going to use trigonometry. And remember with trigonometry, you've got your hypotenuse, right, which is opposite the right angle, the longest side, and you've got your opposite the angle, okay, in that triangle. Of course, then you've got your adjacent here. Now, the side I want, of course, is O, isn't it? All right? And of course, they give me H. So with my so-called TOA, you might see straight away which option we're going to choose. I've got H and I want O, so OH is the sign there, right? So sine 23, okay, if we go in that order, remember the trig, sine 23 equals opposite, okay, so I'll keep calling that O, over H, yeah, go in that order, sine equals opposite over H. Now your H you know to be 12, okay, so you've got that there over H. And then what I do then to get opposite, you've got the simple equation set up, and to get O, you've got to realize dividing by 12, so take the 12 up. So you have 12 times sine 23 equals the opposite. So get my calculator, and I get out that. So 4 points, not very nice, isn't it? 4.688. Perhaps what I'll do, I'll round that to one decimal place, so 4.7 that will be, won't it? 4.7, because the 6 will round up. So 4.7. Okay, in other words, the height of this triangle is 4.7 centimeters. And I can write that in maybe. Okay, now, can I use that to get x? Okay, well, I know this side and I know this side. Okay, so can I use it to get x? And if you think about it, well, if I know two sides of the triangle, I can work out the third side, can't I? I can use Pythagoras, if you think back. Pythagoras works, doesn't it? So if you know two sides, you can work out the third side. So with Pythagoras, of course, you've got c squared equals a squared plus b squared, or you can write it the other way around, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It doesn't matter which way around you write it. The key thing is, of course, is the c is the longest side, isn't it? Okay, the hypotenuse. C is that side there. Okay, opposite right angle. So your c in this case is going to be x. So I'm going to put x squared in. And you've got your 9 there. And then this side here, 4.7. Okay, so we'll work that out on my calculator. 9 squared, well, 9 squared is 81, I know that. And 4.7 squared is, my calculator, 22.09. So x squared will be those two added together. So check on your calculator, you should get that. And then to get x, of course, if you think about it with Pythagoras, take the square over and you square root. So square root 103.09, and you get out, well, let's press the SD button, 10.2 that would be, wouldn't it, if I round it, 10.2. So we worked out x. Brilliant. Now to work out y, right, look at y, perhaps I'll just come back up here, and I'll maybe do the answer up here so you can see it clearly. To work out the angle, you've got to use trigonometry, and if you think about it, I know the opposite side, don't I, to that angle, right? I know the opposite side to that angle, and I know this side here, which is the adjacent, okay? So the opposite side, I know, and I know the adjacent to be 9, so O and A I know. So in so-called TOA, O and A, of course, is tan, isn't it? O and A. So tan of the angle Y, okay? Now, tan, you always got to put an angle next to it, like we did here with the 23. In this case is y, and I don't know what it is. So tan, if we go in that order, O over A. So O, which is 4.7, divided by A, which is 9. Okay? And you remember, when you want to get an angle with trigonometry, you've got to sort of like think about taking the tan over, leaving the angle where it is, and you do tan to the -1 if you remember. Okay, and just put that in a bracket and let the calculator do the work. So if I do that, I do, and you remember on the calculator as well, shift tan, yeah? It's in yellow there, you can see it. That gets you the tan to the -1. So shift tan, and then put that in 4.7 divided by 9, and we get out 27.6. That's what it is when I round. 27.6 course degrees, isn't it? Because it's the angle we worked out. And it's done, right? So, we used a bit of Pythagoras there, but trigonometry was quite important, wasn't it? Okay, involved, and using that triangle to help us with the other triangle.